Buhari divorced his wife Aisha Buhari before his death. Reason why she refused to observe Buhari's burial is exposed. Yes, dear listeners, I greet you. I greet you. I greet you all. Yes, so no be small thing. Yes, we are getting to the real truth now. The real truth and nothing but the truth. The reason and the main reason why um, Buhari, why Aisha refused to observe the funeral of the late Muhammad Buhari. In fact, this very truth is very shocking. You yourself, you will know that yes, this one true it happened. This is strange anyway. Well, I started by going through some of the newspapers to know if that is true. If Aisha was divorced from the late Buhari before his death. Yes, this actually was revealed by Sir Farouk Barogi. In fact, the truth about this, you know, uh, how can she really divorce a woman that stood by him even at an old age? You know, what what has warranted it? If at the end we discover actually that what Barogi was saying was true, then we will now believe that that is the reason why she, um, you know, she decided to not to observe the funeral. Now, I want you to pay attention to this very video because it will really shock you yourself. Let's pay attention. Pay attention. Give me few of your time and pay attention to this very video.
Now, let's go into the details of what Sahara reporters reported. It reads that a public affairs analyst and a professor of journalism at Kennesaw State University in the US, Farouk Barogi, has claimed that Nigeria's former First Lady Aisha Buhari was divorced from the late President Muhammadu Buhari before his death. Barogi stated this in a post shared on his verified Facebook page on Wednesday, addressing reports about Aisha Buhari allegedly saying that her late husband asked her to seek forgiveness from Nigerians on his behalf. Barogi wrote, "People have been circulating a quote attributed to Aisha Buhari, claiming that Buhari asked her to seek forgiveness from Nigerians on his behalf." Now, this is what he said in quote. "I can't confirm the authenticity of that claim, but what I do know is that before Buhari's death, he and Aisha were no longer married." This is a bombshell. It's either the man is saying truth or he's lying. So two things are involved. But there is a possibility that this man is saying 100% truth. And I will come to that, okay? Now, he went further to state that Aisha had already reverted to her maiden name before Buhari passing away. In other words, Aisha was not answering Buhari before the passing away of Buhari, according to what Farouk is saying. No, I'm just quoting him. He continued to say, they had divorced and Aisha reverted to her maiden name, Aisha Halilu. I have gone to do investigation about this. What I uncovered is going to shock you. Wait for my next broadcast. Now, let me continue. Backing his claim with observations, Barogi noted that if you pay close attention, you would notice that Aisha didn't go to Daura when he retired. When he retired to the town after leaving office. Buhari was also alone when he later relocated to Kaduna. In fact, when he fell ill and it was suggested that Aisha traveled to London to take care of him, she reportedly hesitated because she was no longer his wife. She eventually went in the last few days before he died. but only after intense persuasion. Even now, during this period of mourning, she seems understandable, conflicted about her role. The professor questioned the authenticity of the widely shared statement attributed to Aisha, expressing skepticism. And he continued to say, "So, I am genuinely curious to know when and where Buhari told her to beg Nigerians for forgiveness. Where did she even say this?" he asked. His claims come a day after Buhari was laid to rest in his country home at Daura, Katsina State. Aisha was also present at the burial, visibly grave-striking, as she received comfort from several dignitaries at the event, including First Lady Oluremi Tinubu. According to publicly available records, Aisha married Buhari on December 2nd, 1989. The couple had 5 children together. In September 2019, Sahara reporters citing Daily Post reported that Aisha Buhari had been out of Nigeria for about 2 months, sparking concerns within the presidential villa. According to the newspaper, multiple sources at the villa reveal that the First Lady left the country in protest over certain developments within the presidency. Now, what is the certain development about the presidency? Do you remember the time they were shooting guns at Aso Rock and they chased Aisha Buhari out of Aso Rock? Do you remember that period? So that is what Daily Post reported them, that the Sahara reporters is now citing. Stay with me.
So, my dear listeners, you can now see the truth. Now, well, I don't know. We are still the whole thing is still under suspicious. We are still under investigation, trying to know what Marugi said is the truth. But just like it was said, there is still 100% facts in what has just been reviewed by Marugi. Okay, now look at the evidence that was pointed out. Okay, when Buhari retired, watch it. He alone relocated to Daura without his wife, with him. Okay, as if that wasn't enough, when he decided to leave Daura, to Kaduna, he alone was spotted leaving to Kaduna. Even the newspaper broadcast picked it up that President Buhari would relocate to Kaduna, not with his wife. I get what I'm saying. So everything was just citing him alone, that there was nothing like with his wife Aisha. So for Buhari to be moving alone after retirement it means something really serious has happened. But one thing that we didn't get is what really led to their divorce. Don't forget that this is going to be the second divorce that Buhari is having before his death. Very bad. Very bad, and a very bad record. Anyway, my people, I don't hear the matter as it be, as so it be. There is nothing so new about it, but I would say that the president, Muhammad Buhari, hasn't actually done it well. Yes, if you ask me, he hasn't done it well at all to have decided to, divorce the lady he got married to after divorcing his first wife. It doesn't make sense. Look at his age. What else is he looking for? Who is the lady that will marry him at that age again? Forget the fact that he was once a president or an head of state. That is not it. You understand? That is not it. That is not it. He has really fumbled, and he fumbled to the latter, if you ask me. Anyway, that is the news for you, my dear listeners. But I will be coming back to still feed you on more evidence on this very news.